Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. If you are out there, please leave us a message. Type on the screen there and just let us know that you're here. Say hello. We welcome to Castles, Capes, and Clones Vlogcast, in which we discuss issues of the day. Disney issues of the day, I should say. In this episode, we'll be talking about Enchanted news, Captain America 4, and Willow casting, and more. We are Castlescapes and Clones, where we discuss everything in the Disney universe. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel, hit the bell for notifications, and do like this post, as it really does help us out. I'm Lauren, and I'm here with my cousin and co-pilot, Rich.
Hello.
How's it going?
Going okay. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I got my second Moderna shot,
Sweet.
so I'm all vaccinated up.
Now we can go lick everything in sight.
Exactly. Yeah. Yes. Although they did say that I'm going to feel crummy tomorrow, uh, more than most people because I did have COVID,
Right.
and they said that um, something about it has to fight against the antibodies that have been built in my system because I did have COVID. So,
It's such a
oh
weird
well.
thing.
I
It's like
know.
your antibodies are there to fight it off, but then the vaccine is like, no, we're to fight it off.
Yeah.
So like,
I know. They're gonna.
no,
It's
we
like
are.
it's like Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
They're
And one
gonna
one of them's gonna be like, save Martha
yeah,
or save
Martha.
Lauren. Why did you say
Exactly.
that name?
That's exactly
And then in
it.
the sequel, one of them has a mustache and they CGI him
Right. Right. Oh, too funny. So anyway, I just wanted to shout out to the people out there. If you are here, do leave us a message. Hello, Carlos Castillo. How are you?
Hey, Carlos.
Thanks for joining us.
Nice. Yeah, I'm. I keep forgetting that in like, what's today? Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday,
Hmm.
Monday. In like 5 days, I'll be standing inside of Disneyland.
Oh my gosh, so lucky. And how cool is it that you're going to go on May the 4th?
I know. I mean, that was one of the ones like. I mean, obviously, opening day was cool, or opening of Avengers Campus, which I couldn't get. So like the next best thing. I
Hmm.
mean, it makes more sense, I think, in the long run that I'm there on May the 4th because, one, I haven't missed one since, I don't know, like 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Um, and fitting, like, the last thing I believe I did was the Lightsaber Meetup in Disneyland. So that's the last time I was, like, I think, in Disneyland,
Yes.
was doing the lightsaber thing. So,
Yeah, and if you haven't seen Rich's lightsaber meetup video, definitely check it out on our channel.
yeah, I'll try to find it and link it on the thing.
Yeah, if
And
you
it's on
like it, that would be great.
it's on the channel somewhere. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, what was I going? I was going to say something about. But you still get to see Avengers Campus because you're going later in June, aren't you?
Yes,
Yes. So
it's supposed to be a
how fun is
surprise,
that?
but it's not anymore.
I know. I was going to say.
That's why I'm like, for a second I'm like, no, I'm not supposed to. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's already
The
been
surprise got
revealed.
ruined. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes.
I'll be there on the 19th. So
Yeah. Oh, and I was going to say, and you're going to film May the 4th there, aren't you?
yeah, I mean I still had to put up. We did go to Touch of Disney last week,
Yes.
and so I still had to put that up.
Yes.
It's
I would
been very busy. It's very busy.
love to see that too.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, as people come drifting in, just let us know that you're out there, and we'll go ahead and give a start to the news. So the Academy Awards, Disney took home 5 Oscars that evening. Uh, Soul won 2 for Best Animated Feature and Best Score for John Batiste, Trent Reznor, and Atticus Ross. and Nomadland, which is no surprise to anybody, won for Best Director for Chloe Zhao, who we should always also remember. I mean, is the director for The Eternals, which
Right.
is coming up. Best Actress, Frances McDormand. And hey, Disney inside Andy. How are you, Karen and Andy?
Hello.
It's nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. So anyway, Frances McDormand, Best Actress, and the biggest award of the evening um, is Best Picture.
Yeah.
So that's great.
And did you watch the Oscars? Like
I did.
live?
I did.
It was a weird ending.
It was a weird ending, and it was just a weird evening. I thought
It was a weird evening. It really, like I posted on Facebook thing. It looks like they gave it to like maybe a high school video team who
yeah.
just it just looked very like some of it was like in 24 frames a second, but then they went to like literally like someone bought a gimbal and like filmed it that way. So
yeah. It would be like me discovering my gimbal.
Yeah, pretty much. It was so weird. And then like then they save. I know why they saved the best actor for last, but I mean, you had at least one person who wasn't there, and so
right.
I mean that's why you don't end it on a single person award, because that person might not be there.
Yeah.
And then you had the weird awkward Joaquin / Leaf Phoenix thing where he's like, I don't know how to act, or whatever he was saying.
I know.
It was all cringy.
Yeah,
but
it was just such a strange evening.
But it was fascinating. I was like watching it because I'm like, this looks so weird.
Yeah,
it's kind of like, it's so weird that you just have to watch it and go like, what's going to happen?
Right.
And then it's ended with like, and we accept the award on behalf of Anthony Hopkins. Bye, everybody.
Yeah.
Credits.
I am happy though that Soul got so many awards.
Yeah, it was so. You know what's weird? I didn't realize that both Trent Reznor and Atticus got nominated for both. What was the other movie they got nominated for? In the same category.
Yeah, I can't remember though.
Mank. Yeah, it was the other one was Mank.
Oh, okay.
Because like I was watching, what's it called? Late Show with Stephen Colbert, and John Baptiste is his musical director, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were talking about it, and because it was kind of hard to hear and whatever, like he didn't know he won until the camera got on him, because he just hears Trent Reznor, Atticus, and then it's like, well, for which movie? Because they couldn't. It was like, you know, clapping and then all this thing, so he couldn't really hear. So
right.
the only reason why he knew he won is that the camera all of a sudden was in his face.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I like John Baptiste. Like he's I mean, like I know him from the Late Show with Stephen Colbert, but I always think he's a different kind of music director than some of the other ones.
Right.
So, and deserving. And it's weird that Trent Reznor is an Oscar winner for a Pixar movie.
Yeah. I still need to see Nomadland.
Yeah, there's a lot of. It's funny, like there's a lot of movies that night. I'm just like, oh,
that I
watch that.
Yeah, that was, I think, one of the reasons why I wasn't as interested, because I hadn't seen, 2020, we couldn't go to the movies, so
right.
It was just hard. Did anybody out there see Nomadland or Soul? Let us know in the chat. And yeah, it was. I think that's part of the reason why it was so weird.
Yeah, though I learned of the existence of that Farmageddon movie, the animated.
Oh,
the other one that was nominated for animated.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks like the Wallace and Gromit people, and all I know is that there was like a sheep and
Mm-hmm.
something else in a spaceship. And they beamed in a cow, and hilarity ensued. So I need to find that movie and watch it.
Yeah. I also need to see Over the Moon,
Yes, that's always been
which is
on my list. I mean,
yeah,
you've,
it's definitely on my list.
yeah.
And
I was gonna say, if you
what's the
watch
name?
this podcast, you know my list is super long.
Right.
Like everything's on that list.
Philippa Sue is also the moon goddess
Yes.
in that.
Yeah.
Let's see. Inside Andy says same. We didn't see any of the movies this year. What a strange Oscar show. Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, for sure.
So weird.
Anyway. All right. Well, let's move on to the next one, which is that everything is coming to Disney Plus. There's a lot of things that are happening.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say everything that is on this list, but I'll go over some of the highlights. So, Star Wars: The Bad Batch, coming out May the 4th.
Next week. I'm excited.
Looking forward to that. Disney Wander Over Yonder. Now, that was a fun show. I don't know if you saw that show, but
Was it?
it was a good show.
I don't remember.
It was very wacky, and it had Jack McBrayer as the main character.
Is it a movie?
It's a television series. Animated. It was good.
Right. Huh.
Yeah. Let's see. There's also Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer.
The question is, will I ever actually watch it?
You will.
I've never.
Now that it's on Disney Plus, you might as well. It's good. It's honestly, there's some strange stuff in that movie, but at the same time, there's a lot of good stuff in that movie, like the Silver Surfer. I thought was really good.
And then there's Galactus.
Galactus was not good. So, yeah. Continuing through the month, Big Shot and the Mighty Ducks Game Changers.
Have you watched any of that?
No, I need to.
I saw the first
to before
episode.
It gets too unwieldy.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the first episode and I kind of liked it, but I mean, I'm a sucker for. One, I'm a sucker for the Mighty Ducks. Two, what's her name?
Lauren Graham.
Yeah, blanking on me. And Emilio Estevez. So.
I know. I love Lauren Graham. She's been in so many things that I've liked. Gilmore Girls, Parenthood. So, good times. All right. Well, also Disney Special Agent Oso, which is one of the Disney Junior programs that I enjoy. That's coming on to Disney Plus.
Right on.
X-Men: The Last Stand. That's another one.
Which I will never watch again.
That one, I have to say that it gets a lot of bad flack, but there are parts of it that I really enjoy. There's parts of it that I don't, but there are parts of it that I really enjoy. So
I feel like they cancel each other out, so I don't have to watch it.
Yeah, there you go. Race to the Center of the Earth. Was that the one with The Rock? I can't remember.
Race to this. I mean, he was in Return to Witch Mountain.
Yeah, he was in that one, but he was also in.
Is Race to the Center of the Earth the same? The continuation of Journey to the Center of the Earth?
Mm-hmm.
Then
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
If only I had a way to
look it up.
Yeah.
A magical way to look it up. If you can.
No, it is not. Like, it looks like it's a National Geographic show.
Oh, okay. Well, that should be fun.
Yeah, because I think the Rock one is the Journey to the Center of the Earth too.
Yeah. Gotcha. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right, so High School Musical, the series, season 2 begins. And I have recently revealed that this is one of my guilty pleasures. So I will be watching.
I feel like that's not surprising.
I know.
So,
it really isn't if you think about it.
it would be
deep down,
if
I'm
I
a
said it,
teenage
then
girl.
that would be a guilty
Yeah,
oh, interesting.
that would be weird.
Yeah. Stranger things have happened. But.
Yes. Disney Big City Greens. That's a show that I still need to watch as well. That's coming to Disney Plus. Let's see what else is down here. Running Wild with Bear Grylls. Now that is a fun show. I don't know if you or anybody out there has watched Running Wild with Bear Grylls.
I mean, I've seen shows with him. I don't know which one this is.
This is the one where he takes a celebrity.
Oh,
with him
okay, yeah. Yeah, I wanted to watch this then, so that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, because I've seen ones with Brie Larson and Dave Bautista and Anthony Mackie. Like, I watch all the Marvel ones, and it's a pretty intense show. So
I can imagine.
Yeah.
So.
Inside Pixar Unpacked. Not sure what that is.
That is a look at the animators, I believe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm definitely gonna watch that.
I mean, yeah, I'm definitely gonna watch that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then on May 28th, two of the big ones, Cruella.
Is that the new movie?
The new movie with Emma Stone.
Okay.
And Launchpad, which is the one about diverse filmmakers making diverse films.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
And Bluey shorts.
Bluey shorts. And now I'm trying to figure out who is Bluey again. Is that the dog?
What? That's one of the greatest kids show ever.
Really?
Yeah. Your niece is in love with that show. It's actually a really good show. It's Australia or New Zealand. But it's like I mean, it stars. I mean, it's like a family of dogs, right? And the two main ones, Bluey and Bingo, are sisters. But it's really just about like using your imagination, and the parents aren't like condescending at all. It's just really wholesome. And actually, like some episodes are really, really, really well, like on a different level, like well done that adults can relate to in the thing. So
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, and they're short.
Well,
like, I don't know if Bluey Shorts is shorter than the actual like Bluey show. That'd be interesting. But like, I mean, granted, you know, I watch them because Cassiana watches them, and
yes,
I get riveted.
Cassiana's our godchild for all of you out there.
Yeah, my sister's daughter. And she like, so I don't know if it's because she just watches it all the time, or it's because, I mean, it's a little both. Like, she does watch them, but like, I find it very fascinating. Out of the shows she watches, some of them I'm just like, I don't understand.
Mind numbing.
Like I can't remember the one with the bunnies. There's no dialogue whatsoever. I'm just like, what is this?
Really? Okay, I haven't seen the bunny one.
But yeah, Bluey's good.
Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that is the slate for Disney Plus for May. And let us know if you all are going to be watching any of these programs. Okay, so there was a teaser trailer for West Side Story released during the Oscars. Did you get a chance to watch that?
I did, and it was very teasery.
It was very what?
It was very teasery. There really wasn't a lot to it.
Yeah, they didn't have a lot of music, but it looked good. Like, it looked from the 1960s.
Yeah. It was very colorful.
Yeah, very colorful, which I like, which is what I remember the original film being. So,
right.
It'll be interesting to see how it differentiates from the new film. I mean, from the old film.
Or any of the productions. like our
Yeah.
nephews.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. Um, all right, so let's move on to the next story. So there's been a lot of Disenchanted news. Especially exciting is that Maya Rudolph, Yvette Nicole Brown, and Jemiah Mays, um, they are all portraying the villains in this film. Um, it was released that Maya Rudolph is going to be the villain Malvina Monroe, who's the dominatory queen bee in the suburbs where Giselle and her family live. Brown and Mays are playing Malvina's assistants, Rosaline and Ruby. And let's see, Rosaline is supposed to be the meaner one, but we don't know which one, who's playing who yet. Also in Disenchanted, the seven dwarves are going to appear. So it's shaping up.
Nice.
Yeah.
I should probably watch the first one.
Yeah, you should. I think you'll enjoy it.
I mean, I've seen the end, so that's the weird part.
I know.
So I know how it ends. I
Yeah.
haven't watched the whole thing. I'm like, I've seen the ending.
I think Amy Adams' performance is so charming in that
Right.
film. It's a film that made me fall in love with Amy Adams. So
What?
I
It
definitely.
wasn't Batman v Superman?
It wasn't bad. As surprising as that is. What was I going to say about this? But yeah, it will be interesting to see the seven dwarves appearing. I wonder if Snow White will appear.
Were there any other princesses that appeared in the first one?
Well, okay. So yes and no. All of the living princesses made cameo appearances in the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, so all of them were in the movie, but they didn't play their characters.
Roles.
Yeah, although the best one was Jodie Benson played Patrick Dempsey's assistant, and in the background they're playing Part of Your World, and they had a fish tank in there, so it's kind of funny.
Nice.
Yeah,
Because I'm wondering what the role of the seven dwarves are in this.
I know.
I wonder if they're just like more worker bees.
Yeah, I don't know. But I'm super excited about Maya Rudolph. I adore her. I think that she's so funny.
Yeah.
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 And Yvette Nicole Brown and Jemiah Mays. I think her name is pronounced Jemiah.
That one's the one I'm not really familiar with.
Yeah. She was in Glee. At one point, like in the first season,
Okay.
she was the what is that? The fiance of Matthew. What's his name?
I never watched
The lead guy. The lead guy.
So I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Anyway, looks like a good project, Disenchanted. Disney is developing a Matterhorn bobsled film for Disney Plus.
I mean, it's not. I would say it would be surprising a year ago, but knowing that they have that whole Disney Sea series show universe coming out, and it's supposed to tie in a lot of the rides and stuff, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if it is part of that, and it's not its own separate thing. It'd be kind of weird if they're doing a whole universe and we're like, except for this.
It would be nice if they figured out a game plan for this new kind of Magic Kingdom
Yeah.
thing that they're doing, and
I mean, I know they're planning something like that. You don't bring Ronald Moore. Uh, just have to be haphazard. Like you bring someone like him to kind of Kevin Feige it.
yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So.
They did do a film back in the 50s or 60s that was based on Matterhorn as well.
Wow.
So, there's a lot of things they could do with this film.
I mean, like, with Disney Sea, it's a bunch of explorers and stuff, so it fits that someone is exploring the Matterhorn. It'd be kind of interesting if they tie in also the oh my god, what's the ride in Everest? The Everest ride, also.
Yeah.
And then they're like, no.
Well, definitely Yeti. They definitely need Yeti.
Right?
Yeah, the sequel. Yeah, definitely. That's when the Yeti and the Abominable Snowman meet up.
And then the third film is just like Yeti and the Abominable Snowman together again.
Yeah.
It's like Godzilla versus Kong.
Right, exactly. Okay, so there was a new trailer for Pixar's Luca that came out this week, and did you get a chance to watch it?
I did.
I thought it was really good.
It was very splashy.
Yes, exactly.
Oh my god, why am I? The Ron Howard film, Splash. It's very much. It reminded me of that. I mean, minus that's not Daryl Hannah, and then Eugene Levy's not in it, and
minus Daryl Hannah and Tom Hanks.
And the whole New York thing and whatever.
Yeah,
but, like,
but still,
but like, whatever they are, they're not like traditional merfolk, but that whole like coming onto land and then they have legs and like all that kind of stuff. That's what reminded me of it.
Yeah, I thought it was really sweet. I love the Italian feel of it.
Yeah.
Really.
I like the designs of it.
Mm-hmm.
They look very colorful.
Yeah.
So.
Definitely.
Is that coming out soon-ish?
I want to say it's coming out in the summer.
Once again,
I don't know.
Only I can look this up.
Yeah. Please look it up.
June 17th.
Yep. Okay, good.
Yeah. So, nice. So next month we got Cruella, and then next month we got Luca, and then next month is Black Widow.
It's crazy.
Exciting. Movies.
Yeah. I know, movies. Exactly. Hopefully movies that we'll be able to have seen for the Oscars, so.
Yeah.
Although typically these are films that don't win Oscars, but.
I mean, like, maybe I'll go watch this in a theater. I feel like if it's out in theaters, I don't know if it is, how they're releasing it. If it is, maybe, because I'll be vaccinated. I'm sure I could wrangle up some other vaccinated people.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Exactly. Yeah.
We shall see.
Yeah. All right. So there's been a lot of movement going on Rick Riordan's Percy Jackson and the Olympians, and they are looking for to cast Percy Jackson himself, and they want somebody that can play 12 years old, so very young. Because they want to have them be almost the same age for during the course of 5 seasons.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
But it's a tricky age though, because
it is.
Do you cast before they hit puberty?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, if you cast after, then it should be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, it gets tricky where you're casting like a 17-year-old to pay a 12-year-old or something, but
Right.
also has to be around for at least 6 years, right?
Yeah, because the first film series, he was definitely older. Like
Yeah,
I want to say 15, 16.
yeah.
I think that would be a much easier age to cast for, but whatever.
I mean, like the thing they have is that it's a series and not a movie, so
Hmm.
whoever the cast is going to work year to year. Where I think Percy Jackson, it was like every other year, maybe another. Like there's time in between between the movies, so
Yeah.
in kid years that can be a lot. Like they can have like a lot of changes go on.
Right.
You know, so though I am
And
like I haven't. It's another one I haven't seen all of the movies. I've seen parts of them and I liked it. So I was like, but I think when I ever saw it, it was like on cable, and so it wasn't like
mhm,
I could rewind it and watch it. So I was like, oh, this is cool. So I can remember to watch this sometime.
right. Yeah. Definitely watch them before, like especially before watching the series,
Right, right.
just to see how they differentiate.
Yeah.
Has anybody else seen Percy Jackson and the? It's called something else. Percy Jackson. Any of the Percy Jackson films?
Percy
Let us
Jackson.
know. Um, Also, Jonathan E. Steinberg from Black Sails and The Old Man. He's joining Rick Riordan as a co-writer on the show.
Black Sails.
Yeah, I know I've heard of this show, but I cannot remember.
Right.
Like, I want to say that one of the photo ops at Comic Con was Black Sails, but I can't remember anymore.
That's not the Watchmen thing, was it? Remember there's like
I was thinking that
the
was some kind of
spin off.
pirate. Oh, maybe, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm sure he's qualified for the job.
Oh, there's a Black Sails show that was on Stars. Okay,
Yeah,
this is
that's
this.
it.
Yeah, yeah.
We did do some kind of it was one like it's piratey show, right?
It looks like it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember I
Now I kind of
remember this.
remember.
Yeah. So, I think I watched actually a couple of the episodes because of that photo op, but I couldn't get into it. So, I'm not a big pirate person. That's my problem.
What? What?
I know. I know. I call me crazy.
I mean, I guess it depends on kind of pirate. Like if it's like Jack Sparrow pirate, then it's cool. But if it's like real pirates, they're
I
terrible.
know, like
Like they're not supposed to be the best people.
killers and rapists. I mean,
I know.
how could you not, how could you not love them?
They're not the Disneyland versions of pirates.
Yes.
So,
Here's a fun story. According to the Hollywood Reporter, the Disney has acquired the exclusive rights to the movie version of the successful Broadway musical, the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee. I haven't even heard of it,
I feel
and
like
now I want to watch
I feel
this.
like I've heard of it, but I can't wait for the 25th annual Putnam County Spelling Bee, the series, the musical, the spelling bee to come
I
out.
know exactly. It will be so good. Uh, it's interesting to me. The reason why I put this story on here really was because of Disney is just like buying up the Broadway rights to so many films because you got Hamilton, the one that takes place in the Caribbean. I forget the name of the the musical. Now you got this
In
one.
the Caribbean?
Yeah, it's like I can't remember what it's called. Something in the sun, or
Wow.
but it takes place in the Caribbean or Caribbean, whatever which way you want to pronounce it. Can you find it?
I don't I don't even know what I'm looking for.
Oh, okay. Never mind. It's not that important. It's just another musical. It's a hit musical that Disney has bought up. So, but this one is going to be a movie version.
Once on
Oh,
this
so this is,
island?
yes, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a big hit. All right. Well,
You know what they
here's
should
an
you know what they should get? It's
what?
Wicked.
Wicked. I know.
I feel like someone has it. And I feel like it's Universal.
Universal.
Yeah.
Universal has had it and it's
Forever, right?
done nothing with it. I say if they've done nothing with it for a while,
Well, usually that's what
then they
happens. Like
should.
there is a time period where if they haven't, then the rights go back to whoever, and then someone else can swoop in.
Yeah,
So
Disney watch it. Watch for Wicked.
yeah, because I don't want to watch Wicked starring Tom Cruise.
Hmm. Okay, so here's another fun story that I was reading on the Disney Insider, but they were talking about this new Project Kiwi in Walt Disney Imagineering, and that it's going to be a new innovation. And I had read stuff about it, but I did not know that they developed a Groot
Oh
that
yeah, I
apparently
saw that.
can walk,
Yes.
and it's supposed to walk and interact
Yeah.
with the public.
I saw the footage of it. It's
Hmm.
it's. I mean, it's not like the baby Groot style.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
like
toddler Groot. So it's not
right,
teenager Groot, but it's like,
or yeah.
but it looks like I can see it kind of like the way that they have the Spider-Man animatronic acrobat thing.
Hmm.
Like I mean, like it's small enough where I think it's not going to be feasible to have it walk around parks or something because that's just going to cause craziness and whatever.
Right.
But I
Yeah,
think
people go
like one of
nuts.
those like stage things or like how they do that thing in front of the Guardians Tower with
Hmm.
Star Lord and their other version of Groot and whatever. Like that, it would be amazing. It'd be kind of like when we first saw BB-8 roll around on
Yeah.
stage, right?
Oh my
Like
God.
have something like that, but it looks fantastic. Or they just have him walk around like an attraction, like a
Hmm.
ride, like in the Epcot ride, you know, in the
Yeah,
queue,
definitely.
but like away from the queue, so you can't like go over and kick him. But can you imagine having like a Groot just like walking? It can
Hmm.
like stop and like actually interact with somebody in the queue. That'd be amazing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be really cool. I mean, I think that they are gearing it up so that they can have characters like meet and greet characters be replaced. I don't know how I feel about it because
Oh, like a Mickey.
yeah,
That's weird.
like a Mickey or
I mean,
you know,
on one hand, it makes
it makes sense.
sense. On
Yeah.
on the other hand, it's like I'm not big on the characters, but I would imagine that some like there's something about the version that they have. I think it's a person in a suit with a big head.
Hmm.
Um, you know what I mean? So I get it and I don't get it. I think like Groot makes sense. I
Yeah.
think like characters like that make sense, but like I don't know. Like I don't know how I'd feel if all of a sudden Mickey was like 3 feet tall.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It would be strange. How does anybody else feel about like the characters in the park being replaced by robots? Just curious.
You make it sound so ominous.
I know. I'm gonna,
How do you feel about
how would
Cyberdyne
you?
taking
Yeah.
over Disney?
That's how I feel.
Would you
I
like
feel
Terminator
like it's
walking around? All of a
kinda.
sudden, they all become sentient.
Oh,
What is that? That gorilla video that took place in like Tomorrowland. It was like a murder or something.
oh yeah,
I
I
forget what it's
can't
like.
remember.
Escape from Tomorrowland or something like that.
Yeah, it was like some
Right.
crazy.
Is it a turn into like something where like all of a sudden all the animatronic meet and greet characters
Yeah,
become their AI becomes self-aware and then they take over the park
like,
and then they're
exactly.
riding around on the cart on the park cats.
Yeah,
I'd watch that.
too funny. Definitely.
That would be my version of a crazy like theme park movie.
Yeah,
But yeah,
robots.
robots.
All right, moving on. Disneyland's Jungle Cruise is going to reopen this summer, 2021, according to, Disneyland President Ken Potrock.
Yeah, I
I
wonder.
can't-
Like, I feel like they're in tandem with Disney World. So I wonder if Disney World's is also going to be complete.
I don't think so because theirs is not closed down. Theirs is
Right.
not. Yeah, and Disneyland's has been closed down for a year,
Right.
and I'm sure that they've been working on it.
You think?
Do I think they've been working on it?
Well, I don't know. I mean, like, they have so
No.
many projects. Like, I don't
Yeah.
know if they have the resource. Well, I mean, I don't know if they wanted to pay for the resources to have multiple. Because that's a pretty big undertaking. And then Splash Mountain's also a big undertaking.
Yeah.
So I wonder if they're working on both things at once. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like full
I
on
don't know.
working on it.
Right.
I mean, cool. I mean, it's like when we see Jungle Cruise again, it'll be totally different. Well, I mean, I don't know
Yeah.
how totally different, but it'll be different. That's
I
exciting.
just hope that they bring in a little bit of the Rock and Emily Blunt into it. I mean, I don't think that they are, but the fact that they're going to be starting this franchise, and according to, I guess, I can't remember where I was reading this, but they said that Disney was really excited about this film coming out because they've been getting really good feedback about it. So I don't know why they wouldn't want to incorporate that into the ride if they're.
The only thing I can think
really
of
good about
is because they have this other plan to tie it with the Disney Sea franchise.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like, it could still, like, maybe not have The Rock there, but like, his whatever his business is, like his Jungle Cruise business, have
Yeah.
the same name, have elements from the movie. So
Mhm.
not unlike, so not like Pirates where, Johnny Depp is there making every other scene. But maybe just like at least hints of things from the movie in there. So
I think that they should replace all the skippers with robot rocks.
and then they become like the enforcers for the inevitable revolt of
It'll be
the
the-
other.
It'll become the Terminators of Disneyland.
Imagine the news story of like the animatronic Mickey Mouse has led a revolt and he's unleashed the robot rocks.
Yeah. It's too funny.
Then
All
Emily
right.
Blunt's
Yeah.
as both that character and Miss Mary Poppins.
Right. All right. Well, moving on. The last story for Disney. Songs for Whale, based on Lynn Kelly's children's novel, is going to be a film, and it will be produced by Jane Stars and adapted by Lynn Kelly herself. And basically, the story is about young Iris was born deaf and always had a problem feeling heard herself. When she discovers the lone whale singing at a frequency unintelligible to other whales, she sets to find the frequency that will make Blue 55 feel less alone. I'm curious if this is going to be animated or not. It sounds like a good property for animated.
Probably, because I don't know how well you can tell a whale what to do. But the whale is an actual whale. This book was based on the story of a blue whale, or a whale that sings at a higher frequency than other whales that are like it.
Uh-huh.
So the theory is that it's this unique whale that is lonely because it just keeps singing in a frequency that is not being answered, right? So it's really interesting.
Yeah.
And then tied to sign language, like it makes kind of sense. Because it metaphorically it could work. It works.
Definitely.
So yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen the book, so I don't know what the book looks like or how the story is. The overall story. So
I'm gonna look this up. I love children's books.
wow.
Like I am a connoisseur of children's books.
Nice.
Particularly the little golden books, but I do like to, like every so often I'll go through Barnes and Noble and to the kids section and just look through the picture books because I love the illustrations. Like I think that there are a lot of great artists that became children's illustrators, and I really like seeing their interpretation of the world through children's books. The end.
Nice.
Anyway, people are gonna have to excuse me. I think now my symptoms
I'm about to say, like, is it kicking in?
Yeah, they're starting to kick in, and my nose is like really stuffed up. So
do you want me to take over narration?
If you could for a little bit, that would be great.
Sure. Where are we at?
We're on Marvel news.
All right, yeah. Moving on to Marvel news. Like they revealed at the end of last week's finale that there is a Captain America 4 and it's in the works.
Yes.
Which is like weirdly surprising, yet at the same time not surprising. I don't know. Like for whatever reason, I thought once Endgame ended, that the Captain America franchise was
dead,
gone. I mean, like I said, dead, but like I didn't think. I mean, like it's weird because like they always had imagery in the movies, like especially with Bucky as Winter Soldier and like things like that. So it kind of hinted that they could go forward with a new Captain America, but for whatever reason, I didn't think they would.
Yeah, I think that was part of their goal to have the Falcon and Winter Soldier series was to get us to all buy into Sam Wilson actually becoming the new Captain America.
Yeah.
and I think it did its job. And I
Did its
think
job
that
well.
yeah, did its job well. I think everybody saw it, and they said, okay, let's
Yeah.
move forward with Captain America 4.
Yeah,
So yeah.
it makes sense, right? Because if they just made him Captain America in a 2-hour movie, and it was a movie about that, like I don't think audiences would have bought into it as much or accepted it as much without this whole backstory about, like, especially bringing Isaiah Bradley into it,
Yes.
and like just the character study that both Bucky and Sam had to go through. I think the series then did the job of it pretty much did the job of an origin story that we didn't need to see. Like it needed to be drawn out more than you could in a 2-hour movie.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, because I think we really needed to see Sam and where he came from and all of this, but I don't think that people would have necessarily paid to watch a movie about it, but watch a TV series about it. Obviously,
because like
everybody did.
you in a movie you would have to balance 2 hours with the character stuff, but also action because it's a Marvel movie.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it would have worked very well because you would have to then reveal that he's Captain America at the end of the movie. If they did it any sooner, it would just kind of be like,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So looks like Rolling to Orlando has joined the chat.
Oh, hey, how are you? The topic tonight is we are talking about different news stories. So right now we're in the Marvel section of it. So yeah.
Yep.
Thanks for joining us. That's so nice of you.
Let's see. Next is Russell Crowe has revealed that he's playing Zeus in Thor: Love and Thunder.
I know. And I think that was another one of those that he wasn't supposed to reveal. But
I feel like at this point, like, it's Russell Crowe. What are you gonna do? Fire him? That would be more of a scandal than him revealing it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I feel like sometimes it's a weird thing, right? Like the reveal, like his reveal as Zeus, it's like, oh, okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You know, has less of an impact of like as a leak than say Rosario Dawson as Ahsoka. Like one, Ahsoka coming to live action was a big thing, and then having Rosario Dawson play her like a fan favorite, right? I think if that was revealed with a surprise, like everyone found out as it aired, that would have been, you know, like craziness, and the internet would have blown up. I think even more of like it's like, oh my god, and then oh my god. But you know, I'm a fan of Russell Crowe.
Yeah.
I actually liked his Jor-El.
Yeah, actually, I did like his Jor-El. Yeah.
So
I thought he did a good job.
I don't know. So I don't know what Zeus's role is in the comic version of Zeus.
Mm-hmm.
Are you familiar with him in the
comic? He's not the Greek mythology in Marvel Comics is not as big as Norse mythology, obviously, Thor. But he does have a role, you know, especially in this movie. Apparently, the God Killer is going to be in it. So there's a lot of meetings with the Council of the Gods. I can't remember what exactly that council is called. So he's probably going to have a part of that. But I'm also wondering if they will be introducing Hercules into the movie universe if they do have Zeus, because
I mean, like Hasbro does have like a new Hercules figure, so
yeah. So we never know.
You never know. That'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Bring in the Marvel version of like mythology.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this is Greek mythology, so I'm just curious how like the Norse mythology and the Greek mythology interact. Um,
Yeah.
so I'm looking
They
forward to it.
all, yeah, they all have like their own. It's interesting. I have a somewhere in here. I can't remember where I put it,
Mhm.
but it was a like one of those Marvel guides to
Right,
uh, the
the
universe,
universe.
but it was gods basically, and they had all different kinds of gods that have appeared in the Marvel comics,
Mhm.
including Filipino gods. So that I thought that that
Ooh,
was really cool, and I wanted to look them up
nice.
because yeah, I mean, how often is it you see Filipino gods in a Marvel story? So maybe one day, who knows?
I mean, at this point, sure.
Yeah,
Who
exactly.
knows? Like with Marvel, sky's the limit.
Right.
Anybody, like, if they told me, well, I mean, at this point, if they told me Squirrel Girl was going to be a movie, I'd be like, of course it is,
Mm-hmm.
right? Um, so yeah, you never know.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Next up, Variety is reporting that Apple's Amazing Stories head writer Chinika Hodge will write the new Ironheart series for Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
According to Aaron Couch from The Hollywood Reporter, the series will consist of 6 episodes, and the writer's room will start in May of this year.
Yeah. So that's really starting to shape up
So
as well.
Ironheart is the name is like Riri something.
Riri.
Is like what's her I don't know her last
Riru.
name. Riri, the character.
Riru Williams, I think it is.
Alright.
And
Yeah, like I'm not super familiar with her character.
mhm. To basically somebody who has that kind of intelligence
Right,
that what's his name has,
Tony.
Tony Stark, and I guess it caught the attention of Tony Stark's AI because Tony Stark was dead at the time, and he basically encouraged her to become her own hero.
I mean, this ties
And
also to like if you pay attention to what's being released by Marvel Legends and Hasbro, right? Like
yeah,
they have an Ironheart, uh, a new Ironheart figure. They actually have now AI Tony as a
yeah,
figure. Like I said, Hercules is coming. They had the She Hulk.
hmm
So like I feel like if they're not foreshadowing, then they have a like Hasbro has a really good sense of like what could be a property, right?
yeah,
So, um, Riri, I think she was one of the characters that some people thought might have been Monica's friend. That's amongst the
hmm
others, like Reed Richards. Like she was also one of the ones who was like, it's gonna be someone we know. It's gonna be the introduction of something.
yeah,
I think she almost made more sense, but then again, at the same time, she's young, so maybe she wouldn't have
yeah. Too young.
been the age. And then I still don't think they would have introduced Reed Richards in the show. Like
Right.
I think they have like maybe in a show, but not like in a little thing. I think once they have the Fantastic Four locked, like cast and whatever, then they're gonna do something different, like in a bigger scale, because it's a major set of characters.
hmm
So, but yeah, I'm just looking forward to all these shows.
Yeah, I am too. I think it'll be really fun.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right. Sam Wilson's Captain America will be a meet and greet character at the Disneyland Resort.
I'm super excited about that.
Right.
You know, somebody asked me though, will I be sad? Because at California Adventure, Captain America is my Mickey Mouse. For like Disneyland, every time I have to see Mickey Mouse. When I go to California Adventure, every time I have to see Captain America. And so somebody was asking me if I will feel weird with Sam Wilson replacing Captain America, the Steve Rogers Captain America. And, you know, I will miss Steve Rogers Captain America. I love that costume. I love everything about it. But, you know, at the same time, I am here for Sam. I'm here to support him.
Uncle Sam.
And, yeah, Uncle Sam. And I am very excited about it. So, and to see that costume up close.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll be able to have wings.
I know, that would be like, so cool.
And then he just go
right,
and they fly out. I mean, I'm assuming it would have to be smaller than
right,
because the ones in the movie are
like huge.
Yeah, like one wing is like the size of a guy. So
right,
like,
right.
I don't know. I mean, they can pull it off, but I mean, I feel like for a meet and greet, it might be a little too much.
Yeah.
But does that mean that they're retiring Steve Rogers Captain America as a character?
I guess. I mean, you know, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to have two. I mean, they could potentially have two Captain Americas. I don't know.
I mean,
like in the comics,
we are in the multiverse.
So. There were, in the comics there were two, because you know it's not really the MCU versions of the characters that are in the parks. Although, you know, there's a lot of heavy-handed, but it's not. So it's conceivable that there could be both of them.
Kind of cool. I mean, it's kind of like what I hope they do with Galaxy's Edge is that, you know, it's not just sequel characters. So at some point you can see like some of the old original trilogy characters rolling around. And also some of the prequel characters. You know, like I understand the immersion and all that kind of stuff, but you know, it's not. You know, if they can just say like it's not canon, then you know, I think it will help a lot of the people who are like not fans of the sequels,
right,
to feel more connected to it, have a little more familiarity. Like, I honestly think they should. They can do it all. Like have Han walk around with Chewie. You know how cool that would be, especially for original trilogy lovers. Like that'd be crazy. Like have Luke and Rey walking around.
Yeah.
You know,
especially if they had a meet and greet like near the Millennium Falcon. Oh my god!
Yeah. Like it'd be cool to see like Leia in her Endor gear, walking around the Resistance part, right?
Yeah.
Or even in her white robes and stuff.
I know. I would want to see her in a white robe. That, to me, that's classic Leia.
Right. But yeah, and then they have, you know, Obi-Wan, like prequel Obi-Wan, Anakin, Padme. I don't know if they can pull off a Jar Jar, but you know, like I would like to see them kind of loosen up the restrictions of Galaxy's Edge.
Yeah, I would too. I definitely would.
Righto. Yeah, so that's it for Marvel news. So on to Lucasfilm news. Amer Chadha Patel, I don't know if I'm spelling that right. I apologize if I am not. Has joined the cast of the upcoming Disney Plus Willow series. He will be the lead male of the series opposite Ellie Bamber, Ruby Cruz, and Aaron Kellyman, who we know from Falcon and Winter Soldier, and also as Empress Nest in
she's like
Solo.
making a round.
I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm about to say like it almost makes her a Disney,
Yeah, almost. Man.
almost
She just has to be in a Disney
Disney
film.
thing. Yeah. As of now, details on the follow up are being kept under wraps because, of course, they are. Though, basing on production grids, the series will follow a group on a mission to save a kidnapped prince. The members of the team include Dove, played by Bamber, an unassuming kitchen maid who proves she is the chosen one as she embarks on the journey. She's joined by Kit, who's played by Cruz, the princess whose twin brother was abducted. Kit is destined to be a leader and ultimately the queen. Kellyman plays Jade, a servant who is Kit's best friend and moral compass. According to Deadline, Chada Patel will play the fourth member of the group, Borman, who echoes Val Kilmer's character in the movie. Borman is a thief and a liar who joins the quest in exchange for getting out of prison. Huh.
Yeah. So that's interesting.
I'm looking forward to this.
I really need to watch Willow again. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I can't remember anything that happened in that movie.
I just remember pieces, right?
Yeah, just bits and pieces. I mean, I know that Warwick Davis was in the film, and that's pretty much it. So I definitely have to watch it.
I wonder though, like how much of Willow will we see in Willow?
Yeah, because he is supposed to be in the series.
I mean, the series is called Willow.
Right.
So it's kind of like weird if he's not in there.
Right.
It'd be like if Force Awakens was called Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
All you get is like the ending. It's like, why was this called Luke Skywalker? He's not in it.
Yeah.
And I hope it's not like Force Awakens where like they all talk of Willow as like this wizard with a wand.
They have to have Warwick Davis as a main staple.
Like that's the draw. You bring in Willow.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why it's kind of it's interesting that they're saying like the main cast is those four. So I'm wondering, where does Willow fit into this?
Yeah.
Or is he like the Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah, that's weird.
Or in a weird twist, it's like, nope, Willow's the one who kidnapped the prince.
Right. Yeah.
Like, oh my god, we got evil Willow?
Right.
Like from Buffy?
You never know.
You never do. I mean, Sharon Carter. Who would have thought?
Right.
But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to this series.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. Thomas Kretschmann, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. Also has been cast in Indiana Jones 5. For Marvel fans, I guess the easiest way to recognize him is he played Strucker in Age of Ultron.
Okay.
So, Nazi?
Yeah, I'm going to say.
But again, I don't know what time period Indiana Jones 5 is in. Like, are Nazis still a thing? Because, like, in Indiana Jones 4, it wasn't Nazis. It was, like, Russians.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Like, I wonder who the antagonists are in this film.
I mean, there's still Nazis in the world, so.
Right. But I mean, like, are they going to go with that route again? Or are they going to go with something totally different and just be like, nope.
Yeah.
So.
And how could. He's not older than Harrison Ford. And Harrison Ford existed during. Like, he was young.
Right.
In the time of. So, yeah, it can't be.
Because if this is anything, it'll probably be late 50s, early 60s.
Right.
If we go to looking at how old Harrison Ford is now, and the last movie took place in the 50s, so it's either going to be late 50s, I assume, or early 60s, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be about, like, a British invasion, the British boy band invasion, and, like...
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I just hope they go less sci-fi this time. But the cast of this is really exciting. So
yes, definitely.
Because one,
Mads Mikkelsen and
Waller-Bridger, Strucker, this guy.
Yeah.
And so far, no mention of Shia LaBeouf.
Thank God.
Look, I like some of his movies, but I feel like his character didn't really fit.
Oh, hi, McDork Pops. I love your show.
Hello.
Thanks for stopping in. That's so nice.
All right. Moving on. Pen 15 actress and comedian Maya Erskine has joined Obi-Wan Kenobi. Have you seen Pen 15?
I have. It's very funny.
That's what I heard.
It's kind of like a like a juvenile. The actresses play. I think they're supposed to be in middle school.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of funny. First of all, the story. Thank God for another Asian role in Star Wars.
So there's a lot of rumors about this casting. Because the obvious rumor is that she's playing Dr. Aphra. Dr. Aphra
really?
Is she's kind of portrayed as a kind of like Asian features. So that is one, and she would be around during this time period, right? And we know that from the comics that she does. Well, the one thing that goes against it is like she hasn't met Vader at this point in the thing.
Yeah.
She does exist. So she doesn't necessarily need to be tied to Vader because she is an archaeologist. She can just be hanging out at Tatooine, digging up, looking for the crate dragon egg thing, or not the egg, crate dragon egg, the whatever egg thing that Jawas wanted, or the crate dragon. What is it that comes from the crate dragon?
Yeah.
Whatever, I can't remember at this point, but she can be putzing around the Star Wars universe as a younger Dr. Aphra and set her up.
Right.
And set her up for her own series, which I still hope they do.
I hope that they do, yeah.
Really interesting to have the Star Wars version of Indiana Jones with a less moral compass. She's not quite like a hero. She's more like an anti-hero.
Yeah, she's more like an anti-hero.
But she's a really interesting character, and I hope if it is her that this is a build up to a series.
Yeah.
But then other rumors are like because it's so late in the game that maybe she's voicing like a droid or something. So I hope she has a role. And
I hope so too.
Because again, for the sake of including a lot more Asians into things.
Right. Exactly. But it's interesting because she is very much a comedian. Right. So what her role will be. But
we've had
if she could be Dr. Aphra, I can kind of see it actually.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth.
Yeah, because she's definitely like Dr. Aphra is not like a serious. She's got a little bit of a comedic thing to her as well. So I just think for like just the premise and what that show could be about. Take that kind of a character and you're just exploring the Star Wars universe looking for artifacts. Right?
Yep.
Except she's not going to be like, this belongs in a museum. Her thing is more like, how much will you give me for this? Right?
Yeah.
So it's like a treasure hunter, basically.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's exciting. I'm really looking forward to seeing what her character is. But at the same time, I don't want to build that up. That is Dr. Aphra because she's probably playing Mephisto.
She is. She's playing Mephisto. Let's just face it. Yeah. She's Mephisto.
All right. So, in an interview, speaking of Obi-Wan, in an interview with the Hollywood Reporter, Ewan McGregor spoke a little bit about the Obi-Wan Disney Plus series. We do know that there will be lightsaber battles in this. So, whether it be the rematch between Vader and Obi-Wan that kind of Kathleen Kennedy spoke of, or something else, we don't know. But he has mentioned that he's been working for months on lightsaber choreography and getting in shape for that. So we know at least there'll be a lightsaber battle at some point. So that'll be interesting. I hope, just for continuity's sake and whatever, that they don't really, like, Vader and him don't really meet. Like, almost like Vader's part of the story is him just looking for Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Because at some point in A New Hope, it sounds like he just gives up and thinks he's dead, right? So, because he seemed very surprised that Obi-Wan was on the Death Star. So I don't like, as much as it'd be cool to see a Vader and Obi-Wan fight when both actors are kind of in their prime ish.
Right.
I kind of don't want to see it just so the story makes sense. But who Obi-Wan can fight are the Inquisitors.
Right.
And then you can introduce a whole bunch of different types of Sith-like folks in cool outfits.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because there's like a lot of them are like brother, like seventh brother, second sister, something like that. There's a whole bunch of them, so it'd be kind of cool to see Obi-Wan fight against the Inquisitors, I think. Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then he also commented that on the prequels, he found working in front of blue and green screens a little tedious and the dialogue a little tedious, whereas on the Disney Plus show, because of the volume, he's enjoying the process a lot more because he's actually acting like he's in a desert. Or it's interesting the environments he says. Because he goes, oh, you know, if you're in a desert, you see the desert. If you're on a snow planet, you see snow, which piqued my interest. And then he said, and if you're in a spaceship, you're in space. So, you know, one of the things was like, is this story going to take place solely on Tatooine?
Apparently not.
But apparently not.
Snow.
So,
unless there's a snowy part of
Tatooine,
which are, you never know.
Never know.
Yeah.
But I mean, he could just be saying environments just for saying it, but the space part means he's gonna have to be in a spaceship at some point. So that kind of says, well, travel. So, you know,
right.
I'm looking forward to that. He also kind of like hinted that there's gonna be a young Luke somewhere in the series. So, which we haven't heard of any casting for yet, but it makes sense because his whole thing is that he's there
to protect
Luke. So you know, I don't think it's going to be kind of like The Mandalorian, and it might be why there were rewrites. Because remember a while ago they went back to the writers' room because there was rumor that it was too similar to The Mandalorian, and maybe it was Obi-Wan and Luke palling around, Luke eating eggs and frogs and stuff.
Right.
But you know, I don't want a show where it's about Obi-Wan and Luke. Like, Luke is like his mission, but he's not the main focus. It's really on Obi-Wan and his dealing with the aftermath of the Jedi and his failure and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, and then coming at peace with it, because once you see him in A New Hope, he seems very much at peace with who he is and whatever. So, but yeah, interesting. The Disney Wish, which is Disney's newest cruise ship, has revealed that they are going to have a Star Wars themed lounge on board.
Yeah.
So by day you can go visit with your kids and whatever, but at night it is really meant for adults. Because the guy who designed it, you know, fell in love with Star Wars, but wanted something that only adults can be immersed in because the kids have a lot, right?
Nice.
And then, looking at the aesthetic of the Disney Wish, instead of going with Cantina route, he looked at like the Dryden Voss luxury yacht in Solo, Canto Bight. So it's more like this is the high-end Star Wars lounge, which will have its own unique menu and stuff. And you're supposed to be meant to be immersed, so it's like you're in a Star Wars starship, like high-end luxury starship.
I wonder if they'll have aliens on it.
I don't know. You didn't really get that far.
I mean, that would be kind of cool if they had random aliens. I mean, what is a Star Wars cantina or Star Wars high luxury bar without its aliens?
I want them to create an animatronic of that dude from Solo that's singing in the jar.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go.
Right. I think what's cool is that when you're in there, instead of seeing like the outside world, you have like these view screens that show you like you're in space. So instead, like you'll be passing by familiar planets, like Endor and like Tatooine, probably. So, I don't know if I'll ever be on board the Disney Wish, but it'd be kind of cool to see.
Yeah.
Any kind of cruise. I would like to go on a Disney cruise at some point.
I know. It's on my bucket list of things to do.
So, before this came out, I did learn that. So they did a whole reveal on the Disney Wish, and there's also a Marvel themed something there as well, which I didn't get. I think it's a restaurant, so I didn't get to see it yet. So I'll include it next week.
Shawarma restaurant.
I don't know what it is, but maybe. I mean, they have a shawarma one at Adventures Campus, so who knows what their version of it is.
Right.
It's Baron Zemo's, and they serve Turkish delight. It's a club at night, and he's just dancing.
Right. Exactly.
Ooh, what if it's like Madripoor themed? That'd be kind of cool. Anyway, let's see. Lastly, for the evening, the Disneyland version of the ride Rise of Resistance will need to cut 3 minutes off its 18-minute ride time because California's restrictions are that any indoor ride has to be 15 minutes or less. So some of the parts they're thinking of that might be included in this is there's a part where you're kind of just waiting. There's a lot of waiting in the ride. Right. Like, it's not like you're bored to death, but it's like there's parts where they're just kind of like queuing you up, in between sections. So there's a part where you're kind of just waiting to be interrogated by Kylo Ren. Right. And I think if they cut some minutes off, like a couple seconds off of there, just in between when you get into where you are and then the whole show starts, like they can cut some seconds there. There's a part where Rey gives a speech, and I think also like just the time where you kind of pile into that room and wait for everything to happen. I think if they kind of are more efficient, which I'm assuming they would have to be because they can't let as many people on as before. Right. So they can speed that point up, and then the room with the stormtroopers, you also kind of just hang there for a little bit. So it looks like hopefully it's not going to be a lot of like the ride, but just like the waiting part.
Which makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. The question is that will then the Walt Disney World version of it, who doesn't have these restrictions, just carry on the way they do? And if this is a permanent thing for Disneyland, which I guess would be really dictated by California restrictions and whatnot. If that gets lifted at some point, then hopefully it goes back to, well, I'd assume it go back to normal, which means more people on the ride and stuff like that. So, yarpy yarp.
Nice.
And that is the news for today.
Yay.
You want to do your...
yeah, I'll do the outro. But first, I wanted to say thank you to all of the people who joined us today. Carlos Castillo, Disney Inside Andy, rolling to Orlando, and McDork's Pop. It really means a lot to us because we're trying to get off the ground with doing this live broadcast thing. So no matter how long you stayed, or hopefully there are people who are watching this in replay. And so definitely try to check us out. We're doing this every week at this time, 6:30 on Thursdays, 6:30 Disneyland time. So just
like how you use Disneyland time.
What?
I like how you use Disneyland time.
Yeah, Disneyland time, 9:30 Walt Disney World time.
Nice.
Anyway, thank you so much for joining us. And if you enjoyed yourself, please consider subscribing to our channel and do hit the bell for notifications. Especially, it will let you know when we are doing these live broadcasts. And smash that like button for us, as it really does help us out. You can always reach us on Twitter at CCC Disney Uni, on Instagram at Castles, Capes, and Clones, and visit our website at www.castlecapesandclones.com. You can reach me personally on Twitter at Lojav, and on Instagram at Lauren Javier. How about you, Rich?
You can reach me on Twitter and Instagram at R2Romasanta.
All right. Well, the opinions expressed on today's vlogcast are solely our own and do not represent the Walt Disney Company, its subsidiaries, or assets. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you later.
Yep. Catch you on the flip side. Thank you.